if you have your childhood traumas, you have your stories of stuff you went through as a young child, just know that hell knew that you were great. Hell saw you. The devil saw you at a young age, and he thought, if I could just devour her, if I could just devour him, if I could just get him attached to this certain sin, if I could just get her attached to this certain sin, if I could just destroy her, if I could just destroy him at a young age, that they would, he thought, all right, guys, he thought that he could get one over on you. He thought that he could destroy you. But how many of you guys, you went through literal hell, guys. You went through literal torment. You went through, whether it be, domestic violence, rape, abuse by family members. You guys, just know, he wanted to destroy you at a young age, but what happened? A lot of these people, guys, a lot of you, if not all of you, you have these stories, but you still have your joy. You're still laughing. You're still smiling. And that's because no weapon formed against you shall prosper. It says it in the Bible. I take it again. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. They didn't steal your joy. Now, granted, you might have your trauma stories. You might have times, where, it gets to you. But they didn't steal your joy like they wanted to. They didn't destroy you like they wanted to. So just know that no weapon formed against you shall prosper. And you know this because you have your childhood traumas. You have these stories of when you were younger. And you're still standing. You're still laughing. You're still having a good time. You still have more peace than the enemy. You guys, if you have your childhood traumas, the devil saw you as a threat. He saw you as a big threat. Whether he thought you were different or set apart from others, whether he thought God was going to use you in the future, whether he thought that you were going to spread and bring light into so many people's lives by your personality, the way you act, the way you dress. He saw you as a threat because the enemy doesn't just waste his time and distract and attack people for no reason. He's not going to waste his time, guys. He's on a time clock. He knows that he has a mission to accomplish. He knows that he's here to take souls. He knows that he knew that you were going to be great. Right? He knew that you would bring light to many people's lives. So he thought, if I could just devour this person, if I could just make this first person feel low about themselves, if I could just damage this person's mental health, if I could just damage the way this person looks at themselves and perceives themselves, he thought he'd win. He thought he had you, right? But you guys are still laughing. You're still going. You're still you. You're still you. You're still making people smile. You're still bringing light to people you pass. You're still bringing light to people you come across on this earth. You're still happy. You're still sleeping at night perfectly fine. You're still going. Now, granted, you went through some shit. All right, we're just going to put it how it is, right? You went through some shit, but you're still pushing forward. You're still moving forward. And if anything, guys, he sees you as more of a threat now. But that's how he sees God's children. He sees them as a threat. He sees us as a legitimate threat because he knows that we are God-fueled. He knows that God is fueling us. He knows that we are walking tall because our Father is God in heaven. He knows. So granted, you might have went through hell. You might have went through literal hell when you were a child or when you were, at a young age, even just as a teenager. You might have seen some shit. But you're still you. So that's why you really need to know that is why that Bible verse is there. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. Now, granted, the weapons were formed, right? Oh, come on, Holy Spirit. The weapons were formed, right? These things might have took place, but it says no weapon shall prosper against you, right? Meaning that all of that, it was almost a waste of time because, guys, it made you stronger. It made you the person you are. It made your faith stronger.